Ever notice how the harder she's unsure about you, the more you want her? Like some magnetic pull that you can't simply explain. Yeah, that's not a coincidence. It's a psychological trap that you're falling into every single time. But here's the thing. Understanding why can actually change the entire game for you. So please stick around. Jessica OS here. Welcome to the channel. So in this video, I'm breaking down exactly why you crave her more when she's on the fence, and how that can either destroy your chances or completely turn the tables in your favor. Stick around. Point 1. Scarcity makes her feel like a prize. Think about this. Whenever something feels rare or hard to get, our brains instantly assign it more value. It's basic human psychology. Limited edition sneakers, sold out concert tickets, or exclusive VIP experiences are all part of the game. Scarcity drives desire. Now apply this to dating. When a woman is unsure about you, that uncertainty creates a kind of scarcity. She's not handing herself over easily, and suddenly your mind kind of treats her like a trophy that you have to win. This taps into a primal instinct in men, the chase. When she's on the fence, your brain thinks, whoa, this might slip away if I don't act fast. That uncertainty will fuel your obsession. You start imagining all the what ifs and the maybes. You want her more because she's not fully yours yet. It's the classic forbidden fruit effect. Now, this scarcity-driven desire isn't really about her as a person. It's about your brain craving the feeling of winning something rare. You're chasing the idea of her approval, not her genuinely. And that's why you feel hooked even when she's sending mixed signals or barely communicating with you or committing to you. Ever find yourself staying up late, replying her text, overanalyzing every word just because she's not sure? That scarcity is rewiring your emotions, turning hesitation into obsession. It's like your brain is playing a game of emotional poker, raising the stakes because the prize seems just out of reach. But don't mistake this feeling for real connection or value. The moment she's unsure, you're chasing scarcity, not certainty. And chasing scarcity almost always leaves you empty-handed or drained. So take note. Point 2. The challenge fuels your ego. Here's the truth that most guys don't admit out loud. When a woman isn't sure about you, it lights a fire under your ego like nothing else can. And you know why? Because men love a challenge. It's wired into men, right? When she's hesitant, distant, giving you mixed signals, suddenly you're in game mode, right? And your brain starts pumping adrenaline like you're in a high-stakes competition. Think about it like this. Every maybe from her becomes a test you have to pass. Every moment of uncertainty feels like a score to beat, a mountain to climb. Your ego says, I can win this. I'm the prize she's missing out on. And when you're chasing someone unsure, that ego boost actually feels addictive. It makes you feel alive, important, even powerful, like you're on a mission no one else can complete. But here's the catch. This ego-driven chase often blinds you to the real story and what's really going on. While you're locked in on winning her over, you might be ignoring all the signs that she's sending that says, well, I'm just not that into you. Have you ever been so wrapped up trying to prove yourself that you missed the fact that she wasn't investing emotionally? Yeah, that's your ego playing tricks on you. And worse, this chase can drag you down a spiral where your self-worth becomes tied to her indecision. You start thinking, if only I was funnier, richer, more interesting, then maybe she'd want me. The truth is, no amount of ego-fueled chasing will make someone who's unsure, right, suddenly sure. So while the challenge feels like a boost, it's often just your ego distracting you from the reality. If she's unsure, it's a signal to check your energy, not double down on the chase. Take note. Point number 3, the illusion of control and hope. Guys, when a woman sends mixed signals or acts unsure, it creates something powerful inside you. It's called hope, right? Hope is like emotional glue. Sticks to you even when logic screams otherwise. See, hope tricks your brain into thinking you still have control over the outcome. Every small text, every vague compliment, every maybe she throws your way feels like a sign, a tiny win that you can hold on to. It's the feeling of, okay, maybe tomorrow she'll be more susceptible to me. Maybe tomorrow she'll be all in. That flicker of hope keeps you coming back, even when the bigger picture says that she's not really sure. But the truth is, hope without clarity is like playing a rigged game. You keep pulling the lever, hoping for a jackpot that rarely ever comes. You're stuck on a roller coaster, riding highs when she's warm and distant lows when she pulls away. And the more you cling to that hope, the more your emotions become hostage to her indecision. You might find yourself analyzing every message, replaying conversations in your head, or convincing yourself that she's busy, You know, she's just busy, or she's scared of commitment. That's the illusion of control messing with your mind, making you believe that you can change her or make her sure, right? If you actually try harder. The truth is, real connection and real attraction don't thrive on uncertainty or hope. They need clarity. They need desire. That's felt by both of you. Hope without action is like waiting for the rain during a drought. It leaves you thirsty. It leaves you frustrated. So the question is, are you chasing hope or are you waiting for real signals? Because there's a huge difference, and recognizing it will save you time, energy, heartbreak. Okay? Point number 4, your self-worth gets tied to her uncertainty. When she's unsure about you, it will mess with your self-worth more than you realize. Suddenly, her indecision becomes a mirror reflecting your value, or worse, your lack of it. You start thinking things like, if only I were more attractive, if only I was smarter, richer, more confident, then maybe she'll be sure about me, right? Maybe you catch yourself overanalyzing every text and replaying conversations, or even trying to change who you are just to get her approval. If this sounds familiar, it's a danger zone you're in. When your confidence depends on her feelings, you lose control over your own emotional state. You become desperate to prove you're enough, but that desperation is the exact opposite of what makes a man magnetic. Magnetism comes from self-respect, knowing your worth, regardless of how she feels. When you tie your value to uncertainty, you hand her the power to control your emotions. And guess what? That power imbalance usually leads to frustration, confusion, losing yourself in the process, and more. I see it all the time. Men bending over backwards to please a woman who's still deciding if she wants them. They sacrifice their time, energy, even their boundaries, hoping to tip the scale in their favor. Here's the truth you need to hear. Your worth is not negotiable. You don't need her certainty to feel confident about yourself. When you start living from that place where you define your value, not her hesitation, that's when things will start to shift. You stop chasing, you stop doubting, and suddenly you become the kind of man that women do want for sure. Point 5, how to flip the script. First thing, when she's unsure, pull back. You're not playing childish games or being passive aggressive. You're protecting your energy and showing that your time and attention are not free giveaways. When you step back, suddenly you become less of a sure thing and more of a prize that she might actually want to fight for. Now, this move forces her to reevaluate how she feels about you. Women respect men who respect themselves. If she's unsure and you keep chasing, you're sending the message that you don't value yourself enough to walk away, right? But when you pull back and stay focused on your own life, your own goals, your priorities, your happiness, you become that confident man who's in demand. Second, focus on building your own confidence, the kind that isn't dependent on her approval. Hit the gym, learn a new skill, spend time with friends, do things that light you up. This kind of self-assured energy is magnetic because it says, I'm whole on my own. I'm beginning to sound like a broken record, I know. Third, be clear with your boundaries. If she's unsure for too long, don't be afraid to say, I'm looking for something real and I need to be with someone who's sure about me. That honesty is powerful. It shows that you're not desperate or needy. You're a man who knows what he wants and won't settle. When you flip the script this way, two things happen. Now, either she comes closer because she feels your confidence and respects your boundaries, or she steps away, saving you from wasting time on someone who just isn't ready. And either way, you win. Remember, attraction thrives on clarity, respect, confidence, not on chasing uncertainty. So next time she's unsure, don't fall into a trap of wanting her more. Instead, want yourself more. Now, here's something to help you remember what to do if you ever find yourself in this sticky situation. I've created this acronym, and let's call it STOP. S-T-O-P. Now, S stands for step back and give her space. Yes, pull your energy back and stop chasing to create a healthy distance. T stands for trust yourself. Believe in your own worth. Don't tie your value to her indecision or approval. O stands for own your life. Focus on your goals, your passions, your confidence. Build that life that doesn't depend on her. And finally, P stands for protect your heart. Set boundaries, know when to walk away if she can't give you clarity and or commitment. Remember, craving her more when she's unsure isn't a sign of weakness. It's a signal that you need to take control of your own story. Don't settle for being a maybe in her life. Never do that. Be the man who demands a yes or walks away with confidence. If you got value from this video, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more no BS relationship advice, and I will be catching you in the next video you're about to watch. Jessica OS here. Cheers.